Danganronpa.
Okay. Also. Da waren wir. Chihiro wurde getötet. Und wir müssen rausfinden, wer es war. Nach der Untersuchung und vor Gerichtsverhandlungen gibt es dann wieder ein kleines Formular für Leute, die mitmachen möchten, mitraten möchten, wer es war und so weiter. Der einzige, der überlebt hat. Wie viele haben mitgemacht? Test broken und Error. Nur einer hat überlebt. Eieiei. Okay. So, first of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 AM. Warum sterben die alle immer so spät in der Nacht, beziehungsweise so früh am Morgen? Da ist so Nachtruhe. Und die haben doch ausgemacht, die gehen nachts nicht raus. Mann. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. But it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay. Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So, what do you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay, Byakuya, was hast du zu sagen? If you have time to talk, you have time to start investigating. Oh, okay. I could feel life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
But we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Okay. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. There's a dumbbell on the floor and there's a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does it mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Okay, Byakuya. Poster. Poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Sakura, was hast du zu sagen? I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
You know, myself, I usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However...
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She didn't want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Roy macht Monokuma zu viel Spaß. Naja, es ist ja nicht nur so, dass man selbst den Mörder, jetzt verwechsel ich mein Deutsch und Englisch, den Mörder finden muss, sondern am Ende vom Trial ist ja eine Abstimmung und die Mehrheit muss ja für eine Person stimmen. Heißt, du musst nicht nur selbst rausfinden, wer es war, sondern du musst auch alle anderen davon überzeugen können. Mit Fakten und Beweismitteln und so weiter. Nicht, dass die dann einfach für jemand komplett anderen stimmen. Und dann alle anderen sterben, außer derjenige, der jemanden getötet hat. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. Wonder, was hast du zu sagen? Dude had a real complex about being weak. Falsche Stimme. You had Chihiro talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Because of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh, already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Nah. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Right? Okay. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
You have an issue with that? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quietly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook.
And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a swift cheese slaughter.
And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else the handbook, correct?
Of course.
So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine.
I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations.
Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things.
You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self.
ich kann nicht lesen.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. Main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader has been added to the troop bullet. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does it mean I have to figure it out for myself? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Testlevel 95. Ei, Glückwunsch. Alright, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay close attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see, yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. Memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey!
You're making
Hey!
me angry. Now I'm really angry.
Hey!
What?
Study handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
That's impossible.
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does?
I can't hear you.
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right?
Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
But I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. I think so. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Was meinst du, Byakuya? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite? Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. The murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They are like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he has killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. So could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Dann zeig's mir. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? Nein, das hatten wir doch gerade eben schon. I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Basis? Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really? Ah, hey, you two. Wer auch immer. Ah, you. Aoi, Hina. Big trouble, need your help.
I don't have time to play
We're
with
busy,
you.
leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please, you gotta help me. Was gibt's, Hina?
Please.
This is a serious emergency. Please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Sonic.exe. Nice. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely. You're right.
Such ignorance.
Talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Dankeschön. Doko, was geht ab? Doko inside. Some kind of emergency. Yeah. Guys are too slow. I think it's just too fast. So, what's its emergency?
So,
After what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time, when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down the door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya. Hey Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? Oh, you're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Well, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. A few moments.
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Bakula!
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. Library? Come on, let's go in. Gefällt mir nicht, wie wir so rumgezerrt werden und so weiter. Ich will auf eigene Faust untersuchen. Dummer Byakuya. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay. There are no clues there, we need to check elsewhere. Aber eine Münze war da. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Warum erzählt er mir nicht einfach? Wow, there's so many books and files. And so much dust too.
So in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay, Byakuya, was soll ich hier? If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Bücher? So many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
that's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from beyond the scenes. Dangerous through truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. Illuminati. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. Die Lampe war's. Ah, it's a desk lamp. Yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, and then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Okay. Vielleicht das Wort davor steht. Ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filed with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files, their investigation... all those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? Was machen die hier in der Schule? Shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's a report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in. Might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I was returned to file shelf. Ach, da. Ich hab gedacht, der eine Kreis wäre die kleine Treppe. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I wasn't interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. It's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. Don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I've reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. Exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Never recalled Chihiro's corpse. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's a real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Ja, wo kann ich denn das Zeug angucken? Byakuya, but the Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here. but you can't take it with you. Dass er dafür, dass Genocide Jack wie viel Tausende von Leuten schon umgebracht hat, ist das ja, Case-File nicht besonders dick. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Was haben wir denn? Ken Harada, murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. As with the other cases at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made, with every pair left at each murder scene seeming to be of the same material and construction. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb. Ha!
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Wenigstens sagt er Tschüss. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Yeah. Hifumi. Was rausgefunden.
Ding ding ding, Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet,
That's it.
But,
I'm sure of it.
but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did you see?
Well, it would seem...
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms.
Halt's Maul.
She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? Gut, Hifumi. Pigu Bot, Level 18. Glückwunsch, Pigu Bot. Kyoko, was rausgefunden? Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook's missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide check file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Status of the dead body. Well, one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Schon wieder ernsthaft. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide check case file one more time. Immer noch. Sakura.
Damn.
Jiro's presence here was especially weak, her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
Target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this.
Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Ja, okay, das Gespräch hatten wir schon mal, Mondo. Dumbbell, big bloodstain on the dumbbell on the floor. Monokuma fires that the fatal injury was caused by the blow to the head. Has to be the murder weapon. The bloodstain on the carpet could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Bloodstain posted the blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Hifumi, geh weg. Tornado! This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. 2 locker rooms, ballroom posters. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Where's the locker room carpet? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Sonst nix. Okay. Wer sich mit Lockerrooms auskennt, China oder Sakura, bei denen wissen wir, dass die in den Dingern waren. Wenn wir Sakura fragen. Sakura weiß, was weißt du. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Sina and I use it together.
And then, let me ask you something. Okay then. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
However...
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
We have protein coffee?
In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain.
A stain? I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up.
But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never stain here to begin with? Disappearing stain. Geister. Okay, haben wir das geklärt. Wo wollten wir noch hin? Ah ja, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here?
This warehouse is amazing. It is absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from.
I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless.
Then you did find something?
Very well, I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
What, really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. Get what you deserve, I suppose.
So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, Was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Somehow? Also, Tor ist zu. Treasure room, can't actually get inside, and it's not related to the case. There's nobody left who could do what Leon did. Okay, Moment, warum ist... Ach, vielleicht mit Hina nochmal sprechen. Vielleicht weiß die was über die Poster. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Neko. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kinda weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Nicht unbedingt. Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Girl. Always account. Wohin jetzt? Da waren wir. Mataka fragen. Mataka, hast du was rausgefunden?
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it! I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Okay, der war jetzt nix. Wo ist eigentlich Hiro? Ah, da ist er.
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
What's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. The mailbox here and inside. Junko Leon and Sayaka's handbooks. It looks like the handbooks of any dead students are brought here to the mailbox somehow. Process loaning your ebook, but only landing it against the wall is against the only lending it against the rules. Filton is. In other words, there's no problem with borrowing one. Looks like the Leon's handbook refused to turn on, but according to Monokuma it shouldn't be broken. Is this really unrelated to the case? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay, Hiro. Ziemlich unverdächtig. Ja. Was soll ich denn noch gucken? Ach, stimmt, ja. Bücherei. Hin und her. Librari. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Nicht die Bücher. Münze. Lampe. Ah, the lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it was definitely on and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right, Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp. So, Genocide Check Case File nochmal angucken. Hat Makoto gemeint. Want to take another look at Genocide Check's case file? I know it was around here somewhere. Oh, it's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that... I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Ding dong, bing bong. Sure.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. Okay.
So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nutjob? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible.
So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujizaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone who made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. You ready? We doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual.
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but
Count on it!
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Shall we go?
How very sad.
Miss Fujizaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
Hey, come on!
Fucking Toko, man, what's got her so worked up? Oh, okay. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess there wasn't much help at all on this one. Gave you plenty to work with. Shows how far your logic can take you. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Okay, hier die Person, den Mörder, die Mörderin, aus den aktuellen Hinweisen rauszubekommen, ist schwierig. Steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, as mehrere Theorien, came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I've redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good, good. You're raring to go. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay, gehen wir nochmal sicherheitshalber alles durch. Dann machen wir mal kurz Pause. Und dann... ja. Während der Pause lasse ich mal das Formular von euch ausfüllen, die mitmachen möchten. Und... okay, Monokuma Fire. Victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 AM, also 2 Uhr am Morgen. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Sakura's account. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Mich stört's ein bisschen, dass dass Hina von den Leuten Hina genannt wird, aber jetzt zum Beispiel hier bei so Sachen Aoi könnte man ein bisschen durcheinander kommen. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. Locker room dump barrel. The dump barrel found on the floor of the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood on it. Mondo's account. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. Card reader. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls. It is not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations. Main hall e-handbooks. The handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. Broken e-handbook. One of the handbooks found in the main hall had been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it is assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. Genocide check case file. Suspected genocide check victims include Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, and Jochi Gaku, among countless others. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime, written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls at the school, even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body had been suspended and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, right before night time, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seemed she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Das sind alle Hinweise, die wir haben. Okay.